Hey, time for an out-of-this-world story from Breakup Cheater. Life's funny. 1 minute, you're building a future with someone, making plans and feeling secure. The next, the universe hands you a moving truck, a divorce, and a $455,000 salary increase. So congratulations, you're starting over. This is the story of how my 10-year marriage ended. Part 1. The beginning of the end. I, 34M, had been married to my ex-wife, 34F, for 10 years. We weren't perfect, but I never imagined our marriage would come crashing down the way it did. It all started in June of last year. I felt like something was off between us, like a silent wall had gone up. We were distant. Conversations felt forced. There was no warmth. Wanting to fix things, I asked her out to dinner, hoping we could talk openly about what was going wrong. But instead of engaging, she brushed off my concerns, even laughed at some of them. On the drive home, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was seriously wrong. So I asked her point blank, "Do you even love me anymore?" She turned to me, expression unreadable, and said simply, "No." Then, as if she were commenting on the weather, she added, "I want a divorce." I felt like the ground had been ripped out from beneath me. This was a woman I had spent a decade with. We had just put earnest money down on a house the month before. We had walked through model homes, picking out layouts and imagining our future. I remember her saying, "I love this one. I can watch the kids play from the bedroom." Now she was telling me she wanted to end it. Just like that. I was in complete shock. I begged her to reconsider. Cried. Pleaded. I told her we could work on things, that no marriage was perfect. I was willing to do whatever it took. After seeing how devastated I was, she hesitated. She said she was willing to try to fix things. So we started going on more dates. We went to marriage counseling. I took time off work because I could barely function. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. My entire world had collapsed. I even moved into the guest bedroom because I felt like I had failed as a husband. But something wasn't adding up. Even my mother asked me, "Are you sure she's not seeing someone?" I told her no, that my wife spent most of her time at work or home. But I couldn't ignore the nagging feeling in my gut. The truth comes out. One night I opened her MacBook. A few of her messages had synced. And there it was. A message from one of the cooks at the restaurant where she was a manager. "Hey cutie, what are you up to today?" Instead of shutting him down, she responded like it was perfectly normal, chatting about her day. Felt sick. I called her and told her to meet me in the parking lot at work. When she arrived, I asked for her phone. The look on her face said it all. She hesitated. I grabbed it, scrolled through her messages, and found everything. Texts, pictures, the explicit conversations. I threw her phone back at her and left. When I got home, I went through every picture frame in our house and smashed them. That night, she finally came home. She stood in the doorway, looking nervous. Then she asked, "Is reconciliation even possible?" I told her the only way I'd even consider it was if she handed me her phone right now. She did. I recovered all her deleted messages. And just like that, every lie unraveled. At first, she claimed they only kissed. Then it was just hands. Then only oral. Finally, the truth came out. She had been sleeping with him since April. While I was home crying, thinking I was losing my wife, she was sneaking off to meet him. She used the gym as an excuse. Used taking my dog for a walk as an excuse. She admitted they had been hooking up at work, behind the trash cans, in the walk-in fridge, in his car at the park. I was completely shattered. The insanity continues. Despite everything, I didn't immediately leave. I wanted to. I should have. But I was in emotional freefall. She told me she needed to close the chapter with her affair partner, so she was going to meet him to officially end things. That night she called me, crying, panicking. Her affair partner's girlfriend had tracked his phone, showed up at the parking lot, and was ready to kill everyone. The situation was absolute chaos. And yet, after all this, I still tried to reconcile. Yes, I know how stupid that sounds. But when you're in the middle of it, your heart convinces you that your situation is different, that somehow you can fix it. Spoiler alert, you can't. I kept thinking if I just tried hard enough, if we went to counseling, if she really put in the effort, maybe we could rebuild. But she didn't put in the effort. She wanted the easy way out. She didn't read the books I recommended. Didn't take responsibility. She had all the energy in the world to stay up until 3 a.m. texting her affair partner, but never had the energy to talk to me about our marriage. I started getting angrier, resentful. We argued constantly. Eventually we agreed to take a week apart. The final betrayal. She told me she wasn't going to see anyone else during our break. Yet one night I checked her location. She was at a restaurant until midnight. Then she sat in her car in a parking lot for hours. I drove over. There she was with him. I almost lost it. I had never felt rage like that before. I left before I did something that would ruin my life over a damn restaurant cook. The next day she told me again that she didn't love me. I warned her that if she broke my heart again, I was going scorched earth. She didn't listen. So I sent every explicit message and picture I had found to her HR department. She was fired within a week, after just being promoted. Did it make me feel better? Not really. By that point I was so emotionally drained I barely felt anything at all. Moving on. We fell back into old patterns, hooking up, spending time together, but it meant nothing. She claimed it was just physical, but when she found out I had started dating, she flipped. She said, "I thought we were working toward something." I told her, "Then why didn't you say that?" The final nail in the coffin came when she admitted, "I do love you, but I can't give you what you need to heal." That was the first honest thing she had said in a long time. So that was it. Said goodbye. She said, "See you later." Now, I make 6 figures. I work out. I'm dating an amazing woman who makes double what I do. But I won't lie. Something still feels broken inside me. I'm taking it one day at a time. And if you're going through something like this, have some sympathy for yourself. It's going to hurt like hell, but you'll get through it.